Do you think you are what you see in the mirror? You have been thinking wrong your entire life. What you see in the mirror is just the matter you use to interact with this world. If you were really your body, how could you disagree with it? Have you noticed that sometimes your body wants one thing and you want another? You want to get out of bed, but your body wants to stay lying down. You want to forgive and move on, but your heart insists on holding on to the hurt. Your brain wants to justify the mistake, but you know that doesn't bring you peace. Who is this voice capable of fighting against your body and even your own brain? What is it? Where is it located? Some scholars already recognize that something exists beyond the human body. The theory of non-local consciousness is the name given to a fascinating study involving various scientists, physicists, and doctors trying to explain consciousness as something not created nor limited by the brain, but rather transmitted or received by it. In other words, consciousness would exist beyond the physical body, which could provide scientific grounds for the idea of an immortal soul or life after death. Dutch cardiologist Pim van Lommel is one of them. He published his research in one of the most prestigious medical journals, The Lancet. Dr. Pim spent 10 years studying the cases of 344 cardiac arrest survivors in 10 hospitals who had NDEs, near-death experiences. He noted that these survivors reported vivid and lucid memories, like hearing and seeing their bodies in the hospital bed, even when their brains were inactive. A continuity of consciousness even after brain functions ceased. In his conclusion, he states, "Consciousness is not a product of the brain and is not located in it." The doctor argues that the brain acts only as a receiver of something that exists in another dimension or plane. Another proponent of this theory is Dr. Sam Parnia, a physician and professor of medicine. His studies detected peaks of brain activity in patients seconds after their hearts stopped, and before doctors managed to bring them back to life. In the scans, an explosion of consciousness, right when everything was supposed to end. Several patients remembered seeing scenes from their life very quickly, clearly, and vividly. Some also described what doctors and nurses were doing, even though they were not biologically alive. In an interview, the researcher said, "It seems that when consciousness is interrupted by death, your individual self persists during those hours before being resuscitated." From that, we can begin to conclude that the brain acts as an intermediary to manifest what we call the soul, but it may not be the source of it. Notably, the doctor states he is not religious. You are not your body, nor your brain. You are a soul. The brain and body are temporary tools you use to live here. But every body one day comes to an end. And where does the soul go? Where do you go when separated from the physical matter? If you're one of those who believe that when you die everything ends, where's the evidence? Where did you get that idea? stop living as if the body is everything and eternity doesn't exist. That might cost you a lot. What science tries to prove today, the Holy Book has stated for millennia. We are spirit, soul, and body. Then the dust will return to the earth as it was, and the spirit will return to God who gave it. Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things be which you have provided? There are only two destinations for it. A meeting with the one who created the soul and died for it, or with the one who made you ignore it and believe it didn't exist.